Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. My name is Nell Nicole and I'll be doing a tarot intuitive reading for the week beginning October 9th through the 15th. And don't quote me because them days they might be wrong. But I'm just going to focus in on the energy right now. We'll jump right into the reading. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle on camera. So, Ascended Masters, Angels, Ancestors, give us the messages for the collective for the week beginning October 9th, 2016. Please be very deliberate with these messages. Spirit, give us the messages of love and light for a general reading, and they're popping, for a general reading for the week beginning the 9th of October 2016 through the 15th. And I just got my setup right over here, so I'm going to go ahead and let the cards fall as they may. I'm actually working with, I forgot to bring down my my card box for this one. I'll put in the description below where I got these cards. These are the cards that I actually learned with, and I absolutely love this deck so much. I think this one wants to come. Give us the messages, Spirit, for the energies making up this week. And the way that I do it, I actually follow a lot of intuitives on YouTube, and I know that it's pretty typical for them to do like a 3-card spread or like a 4-card spread, but myself personally, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm a fixed sign. I like to keep my spread pretty much the same, so I always do 9 cards. All right, Spirit, 2 more cards left. Thank you. And 1 more, just for the energies of this week from October 9th through the 15th, the general reading. 1 more card. There we go. Okay. So, lots of bugs, but we have to make friends with them. Can you guys see me? All right. So, excuse me being hunched over and everything. All right. Let me just get a second to look at these cards. So lots of pentacles this week. That lets me know that this week should be, and I mean, it's a general reading, so please don't take anything I'm saying to heart. Like, just kind of use what applies to you. Use the information that resonates with you. The message won't be the same for everybody, but the fact that you're attracted to this video here lets me know that I have something for you, and so you should rest assured in that. So to start off, like I said, there's many pentacles here. In the beginning of the reading, in the center of the reading, we're starting off with the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know if you guys can see that, if the focus is good there, but so the Knight is always indicative of someone who is maybe just a little bit younger in age. They could be somebody younger than you. It usually symbolizes a person coming into a situation with much vigor, willing to learn, kind of on a path of, so he's about Pentacles. Pentacles are all about resources, finances, the tangible world. So he's on a mission. He probably moves in a pretty calm way, kind of, he's good at planning, he's good at organizing, all those types of things. So look out for that energy coming in. There may be somebody willing to help you with some sort of money matter, or maybe that's your energy for the week, is that you feel like you just want to kind of get to it as far as money goes and everything like that. Sorry, I'm looking at my neighbors. And then right on top is the Queen of Pentacles. So this could either be your energy or somebody around you. It is a feminine energy, but in tarot, astrology, whatever, whenever we talk about feminine energy, it's just more of an inward way of doing things, of showing things. So like I said, she's the Queen of Pentacles. That shows me that it's about stability, some sort of tangible resource. She understands how to get there. She understands how to use her feminine qualities, which could be planning in less of an aggressive way. Maybe a lot of times in marriages and things like that, the men go out and make the money, but the women, they balance the books. So pay attention to the details this week. Queen of Pentacles is also about paying more attention to the people around you, your immediate surroundings. So it could be family, it could be co-workers, it could be partners in business, it could be you, I'm sorry y'all, it could be you in a relationship, just for the background noise, if you can hear it. But it's taking that nurturing approach towards financial gain, towards financial stability, towards whatever your goals are. These pentacles are very goal oriented. They're very good at drawing out plans and following them step by step in order to get to kind of get in order to get a surefire plan to get to where it is that they're trying to go. So very good energy for this week. And then right at the bottom, so I kind of go in, I don't know, like I work in like categories, I guess you could say. Whenever I do a reading, I try to find the trend and go along with it. So this one just straight down the center is straight pentacles. So that kind of lets me know this week is you're evenly in your higher mind, you know, as much as you are in your heart, as much as you are at the root of everything. So the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, as you can see, I don't know if it's focusing in here, but it's a woman here, and she's tending to her pentacle plant. It's kind of like, you know, the tree, which is always symbolic of birthing, the birthing of an idea, things coming into fruition, things growing, you know, from a seed having been nurtured. Like I said, that pentacle energy is very nurturing. It's very careful. It, you know, pentacles like to be sure about what's going on with things, how things are going to turn out, what they're going to expect, their return on investment, you know. So the fact that she has actually manifested all these pentacles with her own bare hands, that's a testament. The Seven of Pentacles is all about kind of reaping the benefits of that which you've sown, you know. So like I said, there could be I'm sorry, y'all, I'm rushing, I talk fast anyway, but the Queen and the Knight could be separate people coming into your life to help you with this whole manifestation of whatever it is that you're trying to do. Or it could be just different facets of your own personality coming forth in, you know, in tandem to kind of try to push you towards whatever goal it is that you have. It's likely to be something that you've already kind of been working on, and as we know, life never kind of turns out the way that you think it should. You know, sometimes you do just have to like be patient, you know, plant your seed, water it, put it in sunlight, and watch it grow. You know, you don't always have to be doing something every single day. And I know it sounds backwards, but you guys know what I mean. A lot of times, you know, we'll do things and not realize that universe is working stuff out behind the scenes without us watching it 24/7, or without us pouring water in it 24/7, or without us like constantly moving it and, you know, repositioning things. Sometimes you just have to let shit marinate, you know what I'm saying, and watch it come back to you. So keep your eyes open for any ideas where you kind of see an end, you know, to kind of making it more of a reality. If you see that opportunity, jump on it. That's universe speaking to you. Whenever you get little inklings of inspiration, that's universe speaking to you. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore yourself. Don't ignore your intuition, your gut. You have that for a reason. It's to help point you in the right direction. So let's continue. Right on the side of the Seven of Pentacles, which I talked about reaping what it is that you've sown in the past, or perhaps sowing something now that you may reap in the future, you have the Four of Pentacles. Now, 4 is like one of my favorite numbers because it represents stability. It represents the foundation of something, and I'm very much about kind of like legacy and understanding what we're all here for, what our purpose is. And so you have to start there. You absolutely have to start there. But what the Four of Pentacles is trying to convey to us is that there is balance in all things. 4 is an even number. It's a number of balance. Like I said, the number of foundation. You can't build a house on a foundation that isn't leveled. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a man here. Let me try to focus. There's a man here, and he's kind of like holding all of his pentacles in his hand so not to drop any. So it's kind of like, and let me not mess this up, but traditional tarot, I believe that it's a man and he's kind of like sitting there. He has 2 pentacles under each foot, or 1 pentacle under each foot, 1 in his hands holding it like this, and then 1 balancing directly atop his head. It's about balance. It's about understanding that you need to save. So it's him holding that money, but also understanding that you need to not hold on so tight. In order for you to do anything in life, to make any sort of money, you have to invest. It takes money to make money. So when you want to start talking about building foundations, gaining, so that you can gain, so that you can have something to build on top of, it's about understanding that balance between budgeting, buying what you need when you need it, not being too frugal with yourself to the point where you don't have the things that you need, but also not being too is spendthrift the word I'm looking for? No, I think spendthrift is a good thing, but not, you know, not being too frivolous with your money, with your funds, with your legacy, with your fortune, with your own mini fortune, whatever the resources are, because it doesn't necessarily have to be money 100%. It could just be resources, you know, that you use to kind of get ahead, because that's what life is about on some level anyway, you know. The wind is blowing, the wind is blowing. Alright, so you the Two of Pentacles. Again, a balance card, an even number. Two is all about duality. Oops, sorry. My bad, y'all. I ain't nothing. But two is all about duality and understanding how to kind of balance your home life and what you already have kind of going on within yourself now, and then your business or the things that you want to do. Balancing out two facets of your life that are very important to you, even equally as important to you. It could be, like I said, your family and your career, or, you know, your job, what it is that you do to pay the bills, and then, you know, your life mission, what it is that you feel like you really need to be doing. Balancing out, you know, parenthood, maybe with really, really big, huge dreams that you have. Like, whatever it is that is kind of causing you kind of conflicts in your life when it comes to making money, when it comes to your career, when it comes to how you identify in this world, your trade, your vocation, whatever it is, and how you're already living, so your home life. You definitely need to find balance there. And I feel like that will all help you to reap what it is that you're trying to sow. This week is going to be a really, really lucrative week. I'm telling you. Invest your time into what it is that you're really trying to do, because if you can get the mixture right, you know, the alchemy as far as putting in just enough effort, you know what I mean, checking up on what it is that you're doing, but not smothering it to death. It's all about finding that balance between the balance between what you already have and what you want. And then you have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is this guy. I love this card. I've been getting this card a lot lately, since fall started, I feel like. But, you know, it makes me feel like, and it's not just been for me, for other people's readings too, but it makes me feel like a lot of us have been on, I feel like a lot of us have been on a spiritual journey. Like I said, I feel like if you're attracted to this video, you must be kind of somewhere in that mind state to even match the vibe that I'm giving off. So I feel like a lot of us have gone off on these journeys or these missions to try to find ourselves, to find out what it is that we need to be doing to kind of settle into our niche in this life, in this world, at least for the moment. And this card lets me know. So yeah, you know, I feel like we've all been kind of going through, you know, if you've been on that spiritual journey, trying to just kind of like find your place in the world and everything, or even just accomplish some things, you know, just to help you feel like you're moving forward in life. The Six of Wands is definitely indicative of victory in that pursuit. And I can't help but feel like it has something to do with resources. It has to have something to do with money, something to do with some sort of resource. Maybe somebody calls you and has a grand idea as far as how to move forward. Maybe you just really feel like taking charge of your week and planning out things, you know, writing things down, writing lists, writing goals out. This would be a good week to do maybe like a vision board project. If you don't know what that is, I mean, you can Google it, to be honest, but you basically just take a bunch of magazines and stuff and cut out words and pictures that are symbolic of some of the things that you want to move forward towards, and you put it somewhere where you know you're going to sit every day, or like sometimes I put them right at the top of my bed, so when I wake up, it's, you know, I open my eyes, it's the first thing I see, or even like on my cork board in my office or something like that. Because you definitely want to start taking some sort of practical steps to get to where it is that you're trying to go. Because I feel like whatever breakthrough it is that you've been kind of meditating on, whatever breakthrough that it is that you've been trying to manifest, you're going to start seeing some results. That's really how I'm feeling. Just over on this whole kind of like right quadrant of your reading, there's more queens. I hadn't even realized this. So along with the Queen of Pentacles that was sitting at the very top of our reading, you also have right next to it the Queen of Cups. So this is whenever we get, you know, more than one queen energy, like I said, just to start off, they're feminine energy. So it has everything to do with going inward to find your strength. Still having that quality, you know, she still rules over her kingdom, over whatever dominion it is that she has. You know, there's the Pentacles, which is resources, Cups, which is emotions, and then you also have Swords, which is the mental realm. But right now we're talking about these two. You know, they have a quiet way of ruling, and you know, I don't know, it's kind of like how your mom puts the fear in you. It's like she might not be as loud as your dad, she might not be as abrasive. I mean, I don't know, everybody's gender roles are kind of different, but they still have just as much power, just as much rule. You know what I'm saying? When they say something, you be like, okay, I really gotta get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? There's no more joking around. The queen has spoken. You feel what I'm saying? Some might even argue to say that the queen might be more embody more strength than the king, you know. But when you have this Queen of Cups, it's kind of about being balanced emotionally, being in touch with your emotions, understanding that your emotions are a guidance system and that they are useful to you. I can't stand when I see a person who tries to act like emotions are frivolous. A lot of people nowadays try to play the situation like that's what it is. And please trust and believe, if you're on this journey, if you're like trying to go within, that's one of the things you have to honor yourself. That means honoring your emotions too. You know what I'm saying? Not just how much money you can make or how much sense you can make in an argument or in a dispute or whatever it is, but also honoring your feelings about situations, about things, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition when it comes to this week. And then you also have, like I said, that Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is, it rules over air. It rules over the mental realm. She understands logic, how to work out issues. When she comes to a hurdle, it does not stop her. She figures out a way to go under it, around it, over it. She's going to figure something out. But again, in a very gentle way. You don't have to be up in everybody's face. You don't necessarily have to be like, I'm right and I know I'm right, even though she does really value the truth. She's going to fight tooth and nail kind of to get her point across, but like I said, in a much more subtle way. You know, choosing your battles wisely, that phrase comes to mind. Not going off the Richter when it comes to things, because like I said, you're balanced. You understand the practicality of the matter. You understand that it takes planning and dedication and discipline is the word that I'm looking for. But you also understand that you're passionate about it. You understand that it matters to you. You understand to consider everybody else's emotions and feelings that are involved, and that, you know, everybody needs to honor that and do what's best for themselves. You know what I mean? And you need to do what's best for you. And you also understand, you know, the mentality that you need to have, the discipline. Again, there's that word discipline that you need to have, going into it with integrity, going into it with an ounce of truth. About whatever your mission is. And I feel like it's funny because I have the Six of Wands here in the reading, and then Justice is like right here, so they kind of, you know, connect through that Knight of Wands, or excuse me, that Knight of Pentacles, which is you actually taking the initiative to go for what it is that you want. I feel like if you don't go for what it is that you want, as far as your goals in life, you know, you never see the justice. You never seek that balance. This is, again, the Justice card always reminds me of Libra. If you can see, she's holding the Libra scales right here, and then she has these two beams of light, which is the light of truth, illumination, you know, and the Queen of Swords is right on top of it. She's not afraid to hit your ass with the truth when the time comes, in a very matter of fact yet subtle way. You know, she could even maybe put an air of humor into things. I don't think that this week is a week to be taken very, like, I don't think it's a super serious week, although you might find a sort of calming, comforting sense of duty this week when it comes to. So yeah, the reading this week is definitely giving me the inkling that there is definitely some work to be done. There's some planning to be done. There's some lists to be written out. You know what I say all the time, write it down, make it happen. If it's something that you really want to do, start by writing it out. I mean, they used to teach us that in elementary school. When you want to learn your spelling words, write them out 1,000 times, because it implanted into your psyche. You don't forget. But writing things down, hand to paper, not text message, not in your notes, not on your laptop, pen to paper, will help you to manifest things. And then again, the other thing that I'm really picking up on is balance. There's a need to be balanced emotionally, practically, and just in your mentality. I'm also getting this feeling that maybe, I mean, because today I was just in my house, whatever, it's like busy day, whatever, and I just found time to clean up my entire room, and it made me feel way better. And I just started thinking about, you know how they say, like, you know, you're supposed to clear away the clutter in order to kind of eliminate that mental fog that a lot of us may be experiencing when you're trying to focus on your spirituality. Sometimes you forget about real world stuff. Don't forget to come back down to earth. Pentacles is all about earth energy. Is all about grounding. I've been working a lot on trying to strengthen my my root chakra, which is all about grounding. While it's still a little bit okay outside, I live in the Midwest, so it's definitely transitioning. Well, it's fall now, so, you know, but while we still have this little bit of sunlight, maybe go outside, get your feet in the grass, touch a tree, like really meditate outside, take a walk, breathe in, you know, the air, breathe in the good air that we have out here that's available to us, you know, while we still run the risk, or we're still safe from running the risk of getting sick. Yeah, just try to maybe schedule out your time, or if you feel like time is kind of, it slips between your fingers. I'm like an air, I call myself an air sign trine. I have Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Libra, Gemini ascendant, so I often feel like I can't get a hold of the clock. Like I never know what time it is. I've been trying to like schedule things out, even if it's just, okay, I'm gonna hang with my friends from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. I'm gonna make dinner at 7 o'clock. I'm gonna, you know, take a bath at 10. I'm gonna be asleep by 11. Like whatever it is you need to do. If you're having trouble gaining tread, if you're having trouble, you know, kind of picking up on whatever it is that you're trying to do, and you feel like you're lacking the discipline, start small. Clean your space, write a list, a to-do list for the day, you know, whatever it is you need to do. But keep that balance about you. Definitely keep that balance about you. And I hope that everybody's week goes well. If you want to leave some comments down below just to kind of come back and tell me how your week ended up going, I would, you know, absolutely love that. You guys can follow me on Twitter. You guys can also follow me on, wait, did I post Twitter and, oh crap, Instagram. I'm like, what is the other social media? Yeah, Instagram. Feel more than welcome. I'll leave all that down below as well. If you'd like a personal reading with me, I do take personal readings as of right now. You can either email me at that nellforhighvibe@gmail, or you can find me on Clarity. Either way is fine. And like I said, just let me know what kind of goes on within your week. Peace and blessings to you all. Much love to all of you guys, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Do, 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 do.